did a free live webinar with the Dream Team, okay, and I promised that I would release, this is an hour and a half long explanation of Saturn conjunct the south node of the moon, conjunct Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, also conjunct the south node of Pluto and the south node of Saturn. This is going on, for all of 2019. And then the moon's node moves on. And Jupiter, next year, 2020, comes in. Okay. And we have a Jupiter Saturn Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. So this is a good year and a half. The rest of 2019, all of 2020, and even a little bit beyond that, we are in a very intense time of transition. And so I did this hour and a half long explanation that takes these points of late degrees of Capricorn, like 18 to 25 degrees of Capricorn, through each one of the houses. Because the houses are very personal. And they change every 2 hours. So you can get, if you know your chart, you can get a much more personal interpretation of what this energy is for you in your life, your karma, your evolutionary intention for incarnating. Okay, so this is just like, I do these weekly Pele reports, and it's, how can I say? I mean, it's not that it's superficial, but it's planetary. It's the collective consciousness. It is the tip of the iceberg. We're skating across the surface of what astrology can offer. I just, you got to know that. It's just like, if you don't know your chart, okay, it's very easy to figure it out. You can go, number one, to astro.com, ASTRO.com, and for free, input your time, date, and place of birth, and boom, they will calculate your chart for you, okay? And then once you have your chart, you can follow along in this video that's following, okay? And you'll see where these things are in your particular chart, okay? And I also just want to say, I mean, I've put my life into bringing astrology to as many people as I possibly can. I've been joined by the Dream Team, okay? I've got 6 other astrologers, supporting me. We just designed this whole new mega website, okay? We offer online courses, we offer subscriptions, and this subscription is another way that you can get your chart done for free and get a very nice little printout and get this, like this video that's coming from me. We give out, either myself or the Dream Team, every week. You get an instructional video that tells you more about your chart, more about astrology, and you can become your own astrologer. You don't have to listen to all these people online, including myself. You freaking do it yourself, baby. We have an online question and answer forum, so you can ask me questions, ask the Dream Team any question about your chart anytime. We've got this whole library of hundreds of videos. You can learn about medical astrology, past lives, geography, where to move and where to live. It's a vast storehouse of knowledge, all geared towards making the unconscious conscious. Your astrological chart is a blueprint of your unconscious soul. And when you look at it consciously and you absorb your unconscious, you become more aware of your unconscious, what you are projecting, which is what is creating so many events, relationships, ups and downs in your life. So these years coming up here are particularly intense. And I'm just wanting to put out there that astrology is like the best tool ever. It's the most ancient, oldest art, science on the planet. And it's not sun sign astrology. Okay? We are all all 12 signs. And we've all got Mars, Venus, Sun, Moon somewhere. So sun sign astrology does not do a service to the true understanding of what astrology is and can offer you at all. So please, go deep. Don't sit there and read your horoscope in the paper or just listen to the Pele report about like what's going on. But like really get the most out of this amazing art science. Check out our website. The link is down in the notes. Okay, check out the subscription, what we offer. We've got this private Facebook group page. There's 1,000 members all over the world talking astrology all the time. So we're connecting and hooking up and checking this out and that out and the other thing, and offering discounts. I'm doing a huge convention next year, big deals. We all get together in the flesh. So it's online, it's in the flesh, it's like really happening. So with no more ado, I just want to bring you Saturn, south node of the moon, and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn through the houses. Namaste, enjoy.
Okay, hello planet Earth. Good to see everybody today. I wish I could see everybody today, these doggone recordings. Anyway, today I would like to talk to you very seriously about these very serious aspects that are going on in very serious times. And I'm going to be talking about basically the Gordian knot. It feels very much like a Gordian knot of Saturn and the south node of the moon and Pluto all together in the sign of Capricorn, conjunct the south node of Jupiter, the south node of Saturn, and the south node, okay, all tied in together. And yeah, I'm a little technical difficulty. Daniela, if you could come on as somebody besides me, that would be better. These points, okay, have to do with the past. South nodes of planets, south nodes of the moon, has to do with the past. Saturn, we know, is associated with the past. Okay, Pluto with evolutionary astrology associated with the past. And if you've watched my Pele reports, I do a weekly video every week. I think it was a couple weeks ago, the mantra was the gates of hell are open. Yeah, the eclipses happen on the nodal points, on the nodal axis. And these eclipse points, are really times when the portal is open. Yes, and all the souls come rushing in that are going to incarnate for the next 6 months, okay, until the next eclipse comes around. And so, these nodes, are portals from the past to the future, and here the present lies in a constant point of tension, being pulled by the past and pulled by the future. And here we are, poor little earthlings, okay, being pulled by our own past and, desiring, a future destiny, and being pulled into our future. And it's tense. It is intense, particularly now. So there's a few points that I want to make before, just going forward. Number one is that all of this will be experienced differently according to your evolutionary stage. I associate, the consensus with Saturn, the individuated with Uranus, and the spiritual with Neptune, just, in an overall way of looking at it. 3/4 of the population, you know, with Saturn, the people who vote for the presidents, okay, and who work the banks and who have the jobs, okay, this consensus people are experiencing this differently, okay, than those in the individuated stage that are rebelling and individualizing and stepping back away from and out of, you know, the norm and the conventional flow of the regular socio-cultural religious conditioning that is now falling apart. It's ending, done, over. We know that the patriarchy began with the nodes, okay, in Capricorn, and they are, you know, the patriarchy is ending, okay, with the nodes in Capricorn, and this is just like the great big signal of it. However, the consensus is kind of blind, and they're going along like it's still kind of happening, and electing patriarchs to like really show us how bad it is and what needs to change, and you know, it may get worse before it gets better. So we just want to really look at, you know, these aspects and say that if you are in the individuated or the spiritual, you are going to be outside the big traumatic tension of these gates of hell opening. What do I mean? Pluto is the underworld. And so let's just look at these points. You know, in Vedic astrology, the south node of the moon is Ketu. It is seen as evil, bad, wrong. Don't go there. Don't do it. Don't be it. Stay away from it. You know, when people's planets contact it, you know, like, you know, run. Okay, so, you know, it has a negative connotation. The past can have this negative connotation. It's more like the dark, and the future can be the light and the positive and the, you know, so here we are between the light and the dark, the positive and the negative. It's, you know, negative, I don't want to give it a judgment. You know, the underworld, okay, you know, is coming, you know, with, you know, everything from the past. So we know that Capricorn and Saturn have to do with karma. Pluto and the south node, in a way, have to do with karma, and this is that. There are consequences to the actions and decisions and choices that we have done in our past lives, as well as earlier in this life. And this is, therefore, when I say the gates of hell, I mean the gates of the past, the gates of the subconscious, of the unconscious, okay, of what lies deep down in our hidden past. Is like a volcanic lava coming up and out to the surface. And as I think I said in the last EA Zoom, you know, Jeffrey talks about the 4 ways that Pluto works. Okay, Pluto is the underworld. It doesn't have to be bad. Karma doesn't have to be bad. So, you know, I'm going to be talking about it in kind of a negative fashion these days, today, okay, because in most cases, I hate to say it, but humanity learns through pain. And it's like spirit whispers to us, talks to us, taps us on the shoulder, then slaps us upside the head, then takes a 4x4 and bashes us upside the head until we get that we need to evolve, let go, die to the past, release, let go, and then resurrect. So Pluto has to do with the process of Shiva, this death, this Kundalini death force that leads to a new birth and a resurrection. However, it's frightful. It's scary. And we know that Pluto has to do with where we can be obsessively, compulsively, disorderly attached emotionally to people, places, and things outside of ourselves, to osmose more power, more security, more stability, more sense of self. So we get overly attached to these things, and then that's when Pluto turns bad guy. Pluto turns to Shiva. the sword and cuts and kills and, you know, loss, betrayal, and abandonment. I think Jeffrey's 3 favorite words. Anyway, so this is a time period. This is the end of the patriarchy, and you think it's going to go easy? Absolutely not. There are many, many souls that have incarnated many, many times over the last 6,000 years of patriarchy and are deeply attached to money, to position, to power, right? Sexual, financial, intellectual, you know, property. It's, you know, so this is just like it's the grasping clutches of the patriarchs, the bankers and the owners and the billionaires and the 1% that are holding on for dear life, that are not, they are in the consensus. They've got, right, the majority of the money. So it's the physical, material, financial power is in the hands of those at the top of the consensus. Not that you have to be broke if you're in the spiritual stage or the individuated stage, but you know, it's not always seen as being the most financially lucrative points of evolution, because you're not seeking, needing, or wanting your identity or your fulfillment through this physical, tangible, Saturn consensus world or whatever. So, nonetheless, we're all in the same planet. We're all in the same pot of soup. And so we are all experiencing, if 5G takes over the planet, okay, you know, I don't care what spiritual stage you're in or evolutionary stage you're in 5G. Yeah, and if there's, you know, a hurricane or a tsunami, I don't care what evolutionary stage you're in, you know, you get wet. So, you know, there are certain things that we are all sharing in common. And so, you know, when this, you know, energy, this comes up, so we have this Pluto force that can work, like I said, in those 4 different ways that Jeffrey talks about. It can be that we remember talents and capacities from past lives and are empowered. Let's hope that's your case. Second one, a new relationships with new people, okay? Evolutionary astrologers, you know, or magicians, hopefully. You know, we meet some new magicians. It's like, yes, our lives are permanently changed through relationship. Third, okay, stagnation. I can't stand this country. I can't stand this job. I can't stand this relationship. I can't stand da-da-da-da-da-da-da. One more day, I'm going to suffocate. I'm going to die. This routine is killing me. This, you know, living in the city is killing me. Whatever. It's just like, I'm going to die. And last but not least is death, removal, okay, loss. Arms, legs, jobs, partners, whatever. If you are super, super, super attached and you have not gotten the whisper and you've not gotten the tap on the shoulder and you've not gotten the hit in the head, okay, guess what? Pluto takes it away. And when it's on its own south node, so you can see there's a lot of things going away. And this is the sign of Capricorn. Physical, financial security is going away. We are going to see, particularly with Uranus and Taurus, that things are going to be getting very, very, very topsy-turvy. Okay, with the banks, with the currencies, whether it's Brexit or no Brexit, we are in this place, and we are coming more and more into a place of less stability, and less stability. And Saturn. Let's look at Saturn now. Saturn is, you know, duty, responsibility, integrity, consequences. Okay, you know, it is calling each and every single one of us up to the plate. Take the bat. It's your turn. Get your act together, grow up, mature, and deal with the consequences of your own personal past and the collective past of your family, of your community, of your country, or whatever. This is just like consequences coming galore for everybody. Good karma, bad karma, no matter what, it's karma. It's the past kind of like flooding upon us and shoving us so we can feel a lack of control, because very often transits of Pluto deal with big, powerful mofos with big egos or deep pockets or, magic spells or whatever. It's like Pluto comes around and it's like, you better get your act together. Okay, when Pluto comes around, it's like, you better summon up your deepest sources of power in order to deal with this person or this policeman or that government or that tax man or that, spouse or that child. I mean, Pluto is just like, boom, in your face. Not just your face either. Could be in you all over the place. So it's just like, and you've got to. So this is a time where we are being tested. This is Saturn. How much can we stand? How mature are we? How much patience do we have? How much endurance do we have? Okay, it's just like, it's just taking us all to the limit. And it can be patience with what? External authorities, whether they be governments, religions, or movie stars, or multi-billionaires, or people that are apparently running, the schools, the show, the banks, we've got more uprisings now in Africa than like ever. Okay, things are going, there's rebellions happening. There's a lot. So, because we know also that Saturn deals with suppression. So Saturn comes around to the moon's node in Pluto, and what do you have? Suppress, suppress, suppress until you can't suppress anymore. And we know that suppression leads to anger and rage. So we are all dealing with a few basic fundamental emotions here, that have to do with rage, that have to do with anger. And wherever there is loss, there is grief. And we know that Capricorn and Saturn is also associated with grief. So we have anger, rage, and grief all joining together, just like pushing us back into a corner, back against the wall. Can you take this? Can you handle that? Can you, until, this is the time. This is the time. And it's going to go on for a number of years. So I really like to just, look at and say that, each one of us is going to deal with and work with this energy in a different way, in a unique way, according to our individual soul evolutionary intentions for this lifetime, which are found, of course, in the natal chart and your natal position of Pluto and the nodes, right? Okay. So, we want to we want to look at this, and you can even go back. I mean, hello, these people born in the late early 80s, I think, when Saturn was conjunct Pluto the last time, we had a Saturn-Pluto conjunction over there in Libra. These guys are getting the square of not just Pluto square Pluto, but, Pluto-Saturn square Pluto-Saturn. Woo-hoo! If you're in your late 30s, this time is like really telling you, stand up. But we all need to stand up. And it can also be easy to get squashed and pushed down. So we know that, woo, baby. And with Jupiter square Neptune, it's very tempting to take some drugs or take some, we're in an opiate epidemic. There's a suicide rate that is skyrocketing. There are so many exits being taken by so many people. It's traumatic for everyone who loves those people who are exiting. So it just even puts more tension and pressure on this particular condition. So what I want to look at today is the way out, the positive way out, what the evolutionary intention is, not only for the planet. Of course, all we're doing is erasing the chalkboard of thousands of years of patriarchy so that we can draw a new chalkboard drawing, so that we can, bring in a new paradigm, so that we can birth a new age. So all this stuff has got to go. The doctor's got to dig in there and find the cancer and pull it out. We've got a hell of a lot of healing that is necessary for us to do these days. And so I just really want to point out that there was this quote I got by Carl Jung the other day. Even if 97% of the shadow of what's wrong and bad about you and the world and everything, even if 97% of that is outside yourself, you are still better off looking at and healing and working with the 3% inside. So this is also a time where we can be tremendously distracted from doing our spiritual work, from doing our spiritual practice. It's easy to blame, to point fingers, to find idiots and fools and devils and whoever out there and just abandon our own personal journey, okay, in some mistaken, paranoid fear of I won't be able to survive, or everything's going down, so I have to grab for all this, physical, financial security, or, really establish my nest egg, or I've got to, blah, 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 we can react, particularly with Chiron going through Aries. Okay, there is this, we can overcompensate for feeling impotent and powerless and just try to, hoard or whatever, or freak out. So those were it's just a few points that I want to bring up that, of course, and what I'm going to be working with today is the exit. What is the exit? The north node of Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Cancer, the north node of the moon in Cancer, the Pluto polarity point in Cancer. Okay, so we're dealing with, coming out of the external, material, social, external authorities and bosses and business and news headlines and all the stuff that's going on out there, and come in, baby. Come into Cancer. Come into home. Yeah, Cancer rules the rib cage that protects all these beautiful organs like the heart in there. Yeah, here's Cancer. That moon energy, the womb, the feminine, the emotional, the vulnerable, the sensitive, the innocent, the future in very many ways. Saturn Pluto, south node of the moon, Gordian knot through the 12 houses of the zodiac and just kind of look a little bit, okay, at the polarities, you know, and then you can get more personal and you can do your own work. You know, I mean, yeah, the Pele report and the astrology on the internet can all get all very general about what's going on in the collective consciousness. But really, if we each and every one of us do our inner work, boom, you know, that's doing a lot. That's doing a lot. So I don't know if I need to share my screen. I mean, I think a bunch of you are astrologers and you freaking know this, but I'll share my screen for a little bit anyway. You know, I mean, I like the freaking painting is better than looking at a chart. Let's go for it here. Yeah. Everybody see that? Of course, now I can't see the chat box. So, too bad. Oh, there's two things more. Two chats. Love the painting. Yes, you can see the chart. Okay, thank you. That's good enough for now. So let's say that you're Capricorn Rising, or you may not be Capricorn Rising. Now, first of all, we know that depending on the size of your houses, okay, if you've got big house or little house or whatever, okay, you know what I'm going to do here? It's just, yeah. Pluto will spend anywhere from maybe like 10 to 20 years, okay, in a house. You know, Saturn is, you know, on an average 2.5 years in a house. The nodes are like 1.5 years in a house. So, you know, what we're talking about really is good for the next 6 months here from early 2019 to September, October of 2019, because we know that Saturn is going to be going retrograde on the 29th, okay? And it's right with the south node of the moon. And Saturn and the south node of the moon are just going to truck along together, okay? All through June, July, and August, okay? Until Saturn, you know, goes direct in September and the node keeps going retrograde. So, you know, it's really, you know, it's very intense. Like right now, as you can see, April 13th, we've got Saturn at 20, you know, still going direct, slowing down a little bit. But, you know, the node at 22, Pluto at 23, and of course, they're all just going to be. Okay, let's look at this in the first house. We see Pluto, south node Saturn, you know, and of course we know the planetary nodes are also here, but I'm not going to keep bringing those up. I just wanted to mention those, you know, Pluto is going back and forth between 18 and 22 degrees from like now until 2050. So, you know, all of this going on this year and next year, the whole Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, this is all, you know, hitting very close to the south node of Pluto. The south node of Saturn is going from like 18 to 29 degrees. So these two are just, you know, the two nodes, south nodes of Saturn and Pluto are traveling together, you know, in the mid and late degrees of Capricorn through this whole Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto conjunction, okay? So what we have here is, like I say, you just want to feel that this Pluto's south node and Saturn is just bringing up from your root chakra, from your past, okay? You know, from your, you know, bottom vertebrae, you know, I mean, the perineum, baby, the bottom, even your, on a deeply emotional, semi-conscious, maybe in your dreams, okay? But it's coming up, these issues around that I have duties and responsibilities, and people are expecting this, that, and the other of me, okay? And this whole energy happening in the first house is very tempting for this first house, for me to be Pluto and me to be Saturn and me to take control and me to be in charge. And, there's this like, you do it and take this responsibility and that responsibility and just, we're counting on you to take the lead and take the charge and blah, 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 blah. So, the energy of the past, and this is maybe awakening past life memories where you were a big shit. You were the head honcho. Okay, and it is about me being free and me being independent and me being in control and me being in charge and I, me, my, me, my, me, my, I, first house, I am, bam. That is the way of the past. And that's going to cause you big karma and big trouble, okay, even physical. Okay, where you can take on too much and you can cause a lot of anger, a lot of people coming against you, okay, a lot of blocks, and it's like, this is just about, it's saying, what is it saying? The north node of the moon, the Pluto polarity point in Cancer in the 7th house is saying, okay, guess what? Your life is not about you having your way, getting what you want, you being the top dog, you being the patriarch or the matriarch or the big cheese. The north node of the moon, okay, in the 7th house, right, is about learning how to move towards devoting your life to others and putting your partner first, your partner's needs, your partner's health, your partner's fears, your kids, your parents, okay, other people, your business partners. You've got to listen, you've got to compromise, you've got to cooperate, you've got to what? Let go, Pluto, South Node, Saturn, let go of the past and let go of control and of being, okay, the pioneering leader, warrior, and right, taking charge. It's not about that. These are the big lessons to do with, caring, nurturing, and supporting other people. Let's turn it around. As long as you've got this Saturn, South Node, Pluto in the 7th house, it's the opposite. Okay? And that is that you may have other people running your life, ordering you around, telling you what to do, your spouse, your boss, your children, your business partner, this is like wherever Pluto is, Pluto's the big deal, right? In this case, it's in the house of the other. So other people are big and they're on you and they're after you and they're going to mold you and manipulate you and exploit you and step on you and order you around and blah, 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 blah. What is the lesson here? The polarity points in the 1st house. This lesson is that you are learning about past life tendencies to submerge yourself in other people's needs, in other people's dreams, in other people's realities, in other people's games. You've been playing other people's games for too freaking long. Knock it off. You will get crushed if you continue, Yeah, you need to go into North Node in Cancer, Pluto polarity point in Cancer in the first house. I need to nurture myself. I need to pay attention to my instinct, my gut, my feelings, my emotions, honor my feminine nature, honor my intuition, change my mind. The feminine is change, somewhat chaos. The moon is always changing, right? This is a time for you to be changing, not trying to be dependable and responsible and show up like everybody wants me to show up. This is time for you to show up the way that your inner guts tell you to show up. So you see how this first seventh house polarity, is calling and working with each of us in different ways. So let me go back. Whoa, shit, stop it, stop it, stop. As time goes on. Second house, yeah? Second house. Taurus, second house, fixed earth, okay? My possessions, my body, my self-worth, my talents, my capacities, my ability to survive. Again, this is the first quadrant, first, second, and third houses is about just I, me, my. Automatically, instinctively, unconsciously, I gotta make it. I gotta make it. I got a body. I'm on planet Earth. I'm in the third dimension, ready or not, I gotta survive. So it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna become self-sufficient. I may become a hermit, okay? I may just tell all of you to get lost and go away. And I'm gonna hoard my status, and again, I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to be the big bad wolf, me, I, me, my. It's just like, it's to withdraw, isn't it? Yeah. It's a succeeding house. It's like, it's yin energy. So this is about, again, taking care of my goods, myself. It's very self-oriented. Yeah. So this is awakening, okay, within you, any karma that you've got, and you may, like I said, you may not have any bad karma. This may be a great time for you where actually, yes, you just got a new raise or a new job or a new opportunity. You're developing new talents or capacities. Like I say, this can be very powerfully good for you, but whether it's causing you problems or you're having a tremendous success at this particular time with more money and more duties and more responsibilities, that, are really promising, that your business is taking off or whatever, whether it's good or bad, win or lose, easy or hard, still the North Node and the Pluto polarity point is in the 8th house, right? And that is, in Cancer, 8th house, water sign, water house. This is coming out of fixed past life approaches, attitudes, ruts, stubborn ways of always doing the same thing, the same way, the same time. What's that commercial? We make money the old-fashioned way. We earn it. This is perfect Saturn and Capricorn in the 2nd house, man. So this is just like, and not just around money, but this is around sexuality. This is around values. It's like, okay, I have always, really been about this. Okay. It's been about, being the sexiest person, being the most beautiful person, being the richest person, being the most, successful person, or just like, all this kind of that. And it's moving. The 8th house is go deep into the mysteries of life. Yeah. I mean, it's really finding spiritual values through psychotherapy, okay, through all kinds of therapy, hypnotherapy, shamanism, okay, the underworld, deep sexual tantric practices. It's like get out of the surface earth, third dimensional physical forms of success or security and go deeply into the mysteries of life and death. So this is an axis, okay, where death or the great losses can come in with the second and the eighth house. And these losses are designed by the divine intelligence, okay, like, maybe, wake you up and remind you that you are here temporarily, that all of this is temporary. And what is it that you're really about and really here for and really want to, do before you die? Think about it. Go into it. Go into these feelings and go in there with somebody. It's not, I'm going to do it alone and on the own and I can't trust anybody. And, I don't want, people have ripped me off and I've, lost through all of my relationships, or I'm just going to, hunker down and do my second house thing. That's not the path of evolution for your soul at this time. The nodes here are in Cancer, right from, what was it, like last November or October until May of 2020. They're moving through Cancer. So just kind of get this. This is a year and a half of that North Node moving through Cancer. You want to see where Cancer is, in your chart. And if it is the eighth house, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Yeah? And let's say that it's the other way around. Stop. I did it again, man. I just get so excited. Is that good? Gives you the idea. You may be Gemini rising. Okay. So in this particular case, right, this is bringing up, again, Pluto is powerful, people. Pluto rules the eighth house. You got Pluto transiting the eighth house for 10 or 20 years. It's like, yeah. I mean, that you are alchemically being transformed by forces beyond your control, invading, infiltrating, penetrating, you one way or another, okay? It could be psychically, sexually, however. The eighth house is just like where, the hurricane is coming, man. There's nothing I can do, except, deal, okay? With something I can't control. The IRS is coming after me. I'm not going to control the IRS. And it could be, your most intimate partner. You're not going to control your most intimate partner either. So this is lessons, okay, that you have to do with how your sense of security, your value, okay, this is where whatever karma you've got from your past lifetimes around using other people, manipulating other people, needing other people for safety, security, financial, whatever, okay, just how much of a grabby-gerty are you? Well, you may be, this can either be like winning for you right now. It's like I'm assessing, I'm gathering, I'm becoming more powerful and a multi-zillionaire and this, that, or the other thing. Or somebody just died on me, okay, or somebody is really just trying to run my life, okay, or, it's just like, union. I'm coming out of union as a loser. Okay. Win or lose, The North Node is in the second house in Cancer. The Pluto polarity point is, moving through your second house. And that is a time, right? Of stepping up, right? Coming into working and earning your own way to stop using other people, other people's resources, other people. Hey guys, well,
It looks like he's back.
really bad. If you guys did I just lose everybody? You guys all right?
I think because I was still on, the webinar stayed on, so everybody's still here.
That's because you're awesome. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I have a family watching movies and videos and using up my internet, man. Oh God, talk about North Node in Cancer. I mean, I'm trying to do it. I'm going to share the screen again because you don't need to see me. Okay. Sorry about that interruption there. And let's get back to business. I hope you're finding this interesting, and I'll just keep going. So the third house, Gemini, Mercury, right? If you've got the Gordian knot of karma from your past lifetimes going on in the third house, right? I mean, it's like, what's the third house? Left brain, Mr. Smarty Pants, know-it-all, been a student forever, the gadget man, into the internet, into this, that, and the other thing, like out of touch with the emotions, maybe a little arrogant like the air signs. Okay, it's like, yeah, I know it, I got it, I'm cool. I got the latest iPhone, whatever. This is, whatever karma you've got around your ideas, your forms of communication, your ways of interacting with other people, however much of a salesman or however pushy or however, what you are, okay, or have been, this is coming up for you. Yeah. This is like, and this can be what? Maybe you're going to school or you're trying to learn something and it's just like, terrible. Or you're living in the city, okay, and you're dealing with traffic and all the 5G towers that they're putting up and the electromagnetic fields, and your immediate environment is crushing you. It's just like, oh my God. Oh man, send me to Costa Rica. That's exactly where you freaking need to go, baby. North node of the moon, Pluto polarity point in the 9th house in Cancer. Get out of your lower mind. Get out of the daily news and Facebook and social media, and stop being a screen person, you know, and being ruled or having the screen dictate, okay, you know, your life purpose and your daily routine and your, you know, number of likes or dislikes makes you feel good or bad or ugly. I mean, it's just like, you know what? Right brain, intuition, Mother Nature, foreign ideas, foreign lands, foreign teachers, expand your consciousness. And Cancer in the ninth house is expand your consciousness through water. Intuition, yeah, that is not so much of a fiery, you know, it's fire and water are both intuitive, but they're different kinds of intuition, right? Sag intuition is, you know, light and right? Water intuition is, you know, I just have a feeling, you know, and it's coming from down inside. I intuit that you are not a healthy person. I'll see you later. No, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is really about, and it's also what? Third house is short term. What's right in front of the tip of my nose, what's going on right now, be here now, Eckhart Tolle, power of the now, now. And for you, if this is your chart, get to the ninth house. The ninth house is the long range, distant future. Yeah, the Sag is aiming it towards the bullseye. It's like, think about, you know, where you're going, where you're headed, what you're really, what that far distant space, land, whatever is all about. And look at your faith, look at your belief systems, look at what you are buying into, maybe habitually or unconsciously, and maybe you need to become, yeah, you know, a little more conscious of those limiting core beliefs and open them up, baby. What if you've got it the other way around? You are dealing with the karma of convince, convert, or condemn. Yeah, you're dealing with whatever karma you've got from your past lives of thinking that you are a know-it-all, hot stuff, guru, teacher, wise one, okay? And you're just going to convince everybody else, and you know everything, and you've got the biggest library, and you've read every book, and you're the judge, the jury, and the executioner. So if you're a little too big for your britches, guess what? You'll probably run into somebody who's bigger. You know, it's like inevitable. You know, I mean, no sooner do you get to master something than you bump into somebody who's got it better. Anyway, so, you know, this is a situation, okay, like I said, Pluto is the heavy honcho, the big cheese, okay, really coming, this could be like, in a positive way, you could meet a new teacher, a new teachings, okay, new ways of looking at the world. I mean, there can be, like I say, I don't want to be all negative about this, okay, you know, this can be a time where, whoa, okay, you may be opening up, but whether you're opening up and you're expanding your consciousness, okay, or you think you're a know-it-all and everybody's giving you a hard time, you know, and everybody's challenging your ideas and your beliefs, and, you know, you're having to debate and defend and, you know, give justifications for everything and da-da-da-da, you know, it's just like, you know, whether that's happening or not, right? The future for you is the third house for now, the year and a half while the node is there, and particularly from, like we said, March to September, okay, of 2019, a good 6-month stretch here, you know, where this whole big thing is going on, and it's coming into your third house is what? Learn how to communicate and interact with people so that they are not threatened, they are not bullied, they are not treated as less than, or more than. You could, with that Saturn, Pluto in the ninth house, this could be bringing up all the guilt and shame that you've got from past lives of religious judgment and conditioning, to where you feel so guilty and ashamed of yourself that anybody can push you around. So this is coming into this third house, to where you interact and you communicate and you share. Okay, and you teach, or you write, or and you come out of the clouds, you come out of the Himalayas, you come back from your shaman trip in the, Amazon, and you get into the city, or you get on TED Talks, or you get into the, this is the time to bring it down. It's like Moses coming down off the mountain. Yeah. So whether you're right or whether you're expanding your teachings, you still need to come into this third house. And this third house is what? The student. There's more for you to learn. You may know everything there is to know about astrology, and you may be the top dog, hot cheese astrologer, okay? Well, if this is your case, maybe you need to learn about family. Maybe you need to learn about emotions and emotional connection. So it's like, we can all be masters at one thing, but, very few of us are masters at everything. So you can always be a student of something. So you want to really look at, what that might be saying to you in your chart, if that is your configuration. See what I'm saying? Fourth house. Pluto, Saturn, South Node. What is it? Home, roots, family. Okay. Karma from the past, from the childhood, the memories coming up, what my mom did to me, what she didn't do to me, what my dad did to me, what he didn't do to me, what my brothers and sisters did, what my aunts and uncles, what my past lives were about. It's just like all the past is coming up, 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 up. It's like somebody just like turned on the spring, and you can't turn it off. This is the thing about the fourth house and Pluto in the fourth house. These emotions come up out of nowhere, out of Gaia. This is a very sensitive place. Yeah, so Pluto moving through here, this is very destabilizing. We know that the angular houses, the cardinal houses, 1, 4, 7, and 10. When Pluto's moving through there, you are starting a new evolutionary phase. You are very emotionally insecure right now. Live with it, deal with it, accept it, understand it, know it. This is a time where it is time for you to really, in a very big way, let go of the past and let go of your subjective, personal, inner child, old stuff. It's just like, it's time to what? Future is the 10th house. Grow up. It's hard. It's tough. You have to step into positions of responsibility and authority, knowing that, even if your parents just died, or your kids just died, or, your family life, your personal life, your lover just left or betrayed you or whatever, with all this personal stuff going on, your path of evolution now is to show up for the public, for the job, for the future generations. It's time to do your duty for God, Goddess, your country, your whoever. This may be testing you, pushing you to be more of your own authority. It's time for you to draw the lines, you to have the boundaries, you to settle the estate. Your parents die and you get to, be the, what is it, the, manager of the estate. I forget what it's called, but, it's like, this is really as hard and challenging as it may be. And as much as you may be getting pulled into drama, this is the other thing that can be happening with this Saturn South Node Pluto. Wherever it falls on your charts, this is where like the crisis is and the drama is and the show is. And you can just like, this is where I said you could get lost in all this Saturn South Node Pluto stuff. And you would be what? You would be getting lost in the past. You would be getting, lost in, you'd be recreating the past all over again in your future, man. So no, move to the polarity point, move to that 10th house. And of course, Cancer in the 10th house is, start a homeless shelter, feed the hungry. I mean, it's just like, care for, nurture, and provide, not just your own little personal group or family or this, that, or the other thing. It's like, no, baby, you're more than that. You're bigger than that. You got to step into some big shoes here. That's what, to me, that's, obviously all of this is to me because I'm talking. What if it's the other way around? Okay. This is bringing up all of your karma, good or bad, light or dark, of how you handled authority in the past, how you handled being a public figure, how you handled public recognition, how you handled your duties and responsibilities, or maybe you did. And maybe that was all you did. You didn't have a personal life. You didn't have a lover. You didn't have a family. All you did, you were just like, a geek. A workaholic, right? Maybe that's your karma. And maybe you suppressed, in order to show up for work on time, I'm just going to ignore, okay, my feelings and my fears and my emotions and my personal needs, because I've got some bastard, for a boss that's going to fire me for the next mistake I make and is, breathing over my shoulder all the time. Or what is it, coming up behind me, smelling my hair and kissing me on the back of the neck, back of the head, whatever that vice president did. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, the past in one way or the other, okay, the positive karma could be lots of success there, honors, awards, recognition, or lots of not success there, being bullied and pushed and controlled and manipulated and, suppressed and railroaded by your father was a lawyer and you're going to be a lawyer, God damn it. And our family's got a reputation to keep and you better not slip, whatever, that kind of stuff. Future, 4th house, let go of your need for public recognition to make you feel important, to make you feel secure. Let go of your, financial position. Let go of your, position of authority or being the boss or the manager of this, that, or the other thing, and develop, right, your emotional body, your emotional life. Find your inner child. I always say, put your little inner child right up here, Kaipachi, Kaipachi, what do you want to do today? Do you like this person? Do you want to run? Do you want to play? Do you want to take care? Become your own parent. Yeah, start parenting yourself, but honoring yourself in that emotional, sensitive, beautiful way. Care about and know, right, that the innocent, the naive, the young, the vulnerable, the open, they are the future. That is the future, right? Cancer, fourth house, giving birth to the future. So this is, it's just like, it may be time for you to quit that job. And let's just say that the more you are out of balance with the fourth and the 10th house, the more crisis you're going to have. If you put too much of yourself into your job, business, vocation, and career, you will have family crisis. And if you put too much of yourself into your family and your personal life, and I need a jacuzzi and a hot tub and a shower and a makeup, and I spend half my time in the bathroom, you're going to have professional job, business, vocation crisis. Yeah. So if you're balanced, right, and you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of your responsibilities, you're not going to have so much of a crisis in this way. But wherever that crisis lies, that's, like wherever the crisis is, guess what? Pay attention. It's trying to tell you something, man. Where are we? Fifth house? Leo, the sun, special, original, hot stuff. Let's have some love affairs. Let's be the playboy, the playgirl, have some fun. I got passion. I got desire. I'm a hunter. Yeah, the only carnivore of the zodiac. Yeah. It's just like, so this can be karma. What is your karma of the past? How did you express yourself? Okay, what did you do when the spotlight was on you, when you were on the stage, when you had the microphone? What did you say? How did you handle it? How did you manage it? Did you abuse it? Did you seduce people? Were you seduced by people and the flash and the love and the Las Vegas lights or whatever, were you dazzled? Did you just overstep your bounds as a king or a queen, okay? Impose too many taxes and have too many lovers and whatever, Are you lost on yourself? You think you are the frickin' cat's meow? The most powerful thing on the planet? Guess what? Not. You're gonna have some people come along, or you're going to be exposed, okay, or you're going to be shown up as being, this is the Me Too thing kind of happening here. Probably a bunch of these people have it happening in the fifth house, okay, or the eighth house, but anyway. So this is just like where, okay, the karma comes up, and this is also kids, right? This is where, okay, we can have, big challenges or issues, okay, with what we have created, whether it's a business, whether it's a family, whether it's my painting or my music or whatever, okay, it could start to be what? Not fun anymore. Fifth house is about having fun. You got Saturn and Pluto going through the fifth house. You're not having any fun, man. You want fun, you better schedule it. I'm going to have fun, from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock this week on Friday if it kills me. So it could be the kind of karma, okay, where, you have just, felt yourself to be, Odin, or, Zeus or something, or Thor, or whatever. I can do it all, everything. I'm the king or the queen. Oh, yeah. So it's like, what's that 11th house? Detachment, non-attachment, personal service for the world. I don't care who you are or how big you are, okay? This is not about your passionate fulfillment of personal desires. Time to do the Buddha thing. All things in moderation. Sit there, cross your legs, cross your arms, cross your eyes, you know, yeah. Close, non-attachment. Open the third eye, open the consciousness to the future, to friends, groups, associations, planetary consciousness, science, technology, the World Wide Web. Get out of your own little drama. Get out of your own, I, me, my, I'm special, I'm original, I've got all this love and attention, and, you know, oh, me, I, my, Lady Gaga, go gaga over me, and whatever, and serve, give, teach, heal, share, open, spread in a detached kind of Gandhi kind of a way. Yeah, where it's like, it's not about me being special, it's about my country being liberated. Yeah. So this is like lose the ego, Charlie. You know, there's a planet that needs, you know, attention, right? That kind of energy happening. So what if it's the other way around? This is what? The 11th house. Is the future, is the professor, is the genius, okay, you know, is the extraterrestrial intelligence, you know, the channel, the, you know, I am up there, I am out there, I've got air castles in the sky, I live in my little glass bubble, I'm a light worker, you know, I'm a little bit a cut above, okay, I am the elite, and, you know, I'm super highly evolved, okay, and I'm in the future, okay, I'm in my head, I see it all, I'm inventing, I'm doing new things with crystal technology now, and I'm making these, you know, special things to, you know, like, you know, and I'm just like all about, I am thinking, I am dreaming, I am in my upper 2 chakras, maybe 3. Okay, I'm in my upper 3 chakras. Okay, I'm a head on a stick. Okay, I'm a computer genius. I am artificial intelligence. Do I have a heart? Do I have a gut? Do I know how to play? Am I fun? Am I inspiring? Or am I like WikiLeaks or Wikipedia or just, you know, just a dry, know-it-all computer, artificial, fake, not human? No guts, no balls, no whatever, no feelings, no emotions, can't connect, no passion. The future for that is what? Right? You know, and you will come up against, you will have problems. Okay, you know, that's Saturn, Pluto. Okay, can be problems with groups, associations, okay, you know, with your business or, you know, globalization or, you know, just like really, you know, big issues, cares, concerns out there with, you know, maybe you're running a corporation or something and your corporation is just like, you know, you could just like spend your, you know, 24/7, okay, you know, just like trying to put out fires or manage your, you know, technological, you know, issues and your, no. You need to create. I always say the 5th house in Leo is like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. You're the rabbit. You got to like pull yourself out of that. You got to do something unique, original, risky, a little gambling, okay, out of the rut, out of just, you know, maintaining and supporting and, you know, getting, you know, staying established and, you know, doing all this, you know, globalization kind of stuff. Get personal. Get personal. Yeah. Find out, you know, what that play is about, what the human element is about, what passion is about, what, you know, what that 5th house, you know, have a baby, see what that does to your business. Then you'll get the full human experience down here. Ow, baby. Golly, did we already make it to the 6th house? This is cool. I didn't know how long this was going to take me. 6th house, crisis, work, health, integration, co-workers, daily routine, yikes, 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 yikes. Okay, you know, it is about, you know, responsibility, getting the job done, paying attention, focusing, putting forth effort, you know. Can you be counted on? It's, you know, the 6th house is like, you know, get it together, Jack. Do something, serve, give something. What do you got to give? You could have, you know, society or bosses or the market or your bank account saying, I got to sell something. I got to give something. I got to produce something. I got to get something out there if I'm going to, I mean, the pressure can really be on to get your tasks done, to get it together, to be perfect, to finish, to complete that book you've been writing on, stop editing it, okay, you know, and get it out there on the shelf. You know, I mean, it's just like, so there, yeah, this is, you know, this can be a lot of pressure here. Your physical body, okay, can be giving you all kinds of messages. Let's look at this house of this. I look at this house of integration as number one. It's me integrating myself into the external world of relationship and other people, but it's also me integrating myself with myself. In Kundalini Yoga, there are 10 bodies. Okay, but let's just deal with spirit, mental, emotional, and physical. Let's just take 4 of them. How integrated are they? Well, your body will tell you how integrated they are. The greatest book that I really love the most, okay, is The Complete Book for Ailments and Diseases by some French guy, Marquis or something. Even better than Louise Hay. I used to like Louise Hay, but like this guy goes even deeper into the emotional, mental causes of illness and disease in your body. And whether you got something wrong with your glandular system, well, okay, with your, you know, respiratory system, your elimination system, your nervous system, your, you know, I mean, we got all these systems going on, you know, and it's just like, you know, how together are you? So this can be a time where you've got karma, you've got lessons to learn around self-care, around taking care of your body. Yeah. And if it's not taking care of your body, it's taking care of your business and taking care of your work. You need to get this together. And this Saturn, Pluto, South Node is bringing up all these issues. And are you to just like get overly whelmed? Well, you know, it's like, no, it's like I'm saying, okay, you know, whether good, bad, right, wrong, you know, whatever, you know, go to the 12th house, right? Go to the place, you know, into the unity of all life, into spiritual unity. Surrender. You may be a workaholic. You may be overly attached to your job. You may be overly attached to your body. You may be overly, you know, all this kind of stuff. It's like, oh my God, you know, my job is so important, you know. It's like, you know, my health is so important, you know, and I got something wrong with my liver and it's gonna just like, you know, it's like, no, what you need to do is reconnect to source, do your meditations, okay, read about the emotional, spiritual implications. I always see the physical body as the final result. It's the physical manifestation of the spiritual, mental, emotional, then you get cancer. You know, you get all, you know, you get bipolar or twisted or, you know, OCD about you, this, that, or the other. You get all these dysfunction and disorders and, you know, on the spiritual level, mental level, emotional level, finally, it comes out to your body. Your body is not the source of your problem. when you get sick. The North Node in the Pluto polarity point in that 12th house of Pisces, it's a water house, and Cancer is a water sign right now. Again, water is spirit, water is mystery, water is the feminine. Water seeks the lowest level, right? The snow melts and goes down to the oceans. It's go in, go deep, go into the invisible, go into the stillness, go into the subtle energy, Yeah, and maybe, you'll find, hypnotherapy or some psychic healer or some alternative means and ways. And part of it is, hope and faith, and allowing yourself to be supported, nurtured by others. That's that is the, it's the house of hospitals, where all you do is lay there. Maybe you've been working too damn hard for 100 lifetimes, and your body's breaking down because you don't know how to let go of control. You don't know how to let go of being the boss. You don't know how to let go of micromanaging. So, you get Epstein-Barr, or, you get, some bizarre freaking trip to, that just lays you up. So you have the experience of being nurtured and cared for. And all you get to do, maybe all you can do, is dream. Maybe you're in, a coma, maybe you're just laid up and all you can do is imagine or watch movies or listen to music, and then you got to let go of all your stuff. So illness is a massive, major teacher. The one Buddhist monk got cancer, okay? And the Rinpoche came and said, well, now you get to practice at that level. Big stuff, right? Yeah, baby. And last but not least, what if you've got all this stuff going on in the 12th house? The 12th house of great mystery. And, this is like the collective unconscious. This is like way underground. I call it the cellar. You're not seeing what's in there or what's down there. It's the inner saboteur in this case. Okay. It's the masochist who's had enough and is pissed off and becomes the sadist. It's just like, whoa, I'm being punished because I'm bad, awful, wrong, bad, evil. This is just like all kinds of ghosts and skeletons in the closets, of a negative nature. The positive would be, okay, that you achieved, some pretty high spiritual states, of mystical awareness in your previous lifetimes. Okay, so, you have an imagination, and you are Gulliver's Travels or whatever, whoever wrote it, Da Vinci or some genius, whatever. Anyway, artist, musician. The downside is escape artist, drug addict. Okay, just like, I'm done. I'm empty. I'm nothing. I'm invisible. So, this is Saturn and Pluto moving through here is just really, taking away. Saturn spends 2.5 years in the house. Saturn going through the 12th house is ending a 28-year cycle. It's the great goodbye. This is the place where it's like, let go of what? Your dreams, your illusions, your self-delusions, your innocence, that you think that everything is going to be okay, or that you can shoot up or just drink your life away, or just like, somebody else is going to take care of it, or, you're just going to go on unemployment or grow pot or something, and everything's, I'm just going to just like, be on easy street. No freaking way. whether you were a high elevated guru master, or whether you were just, like, some lazy whatever that just never wanted to do anything or incarnate, right now, for this time period, Pluto polarity point north node going through your sixth house, is get a job. Learn how to serve, okay? Develop a productive life. You need to produce something. Whether you were a magical mystery person, okay? Some musician, or you some psychic or whatever, it's come into the sixth house and use it to heal. Yeah, be a medical intuitive if you're so damn intuitive. Heal people with your intuition. Don't just like sit there. And you can't just dream your life away. This is just like, you got to come out. And it can be hard, man. I got 4 planets in the 12th house. I would love to be out of here. I thought I was done on this planet years ago. I don't, it's like, whatever. But, it's like, yeah, let's get out of here. The 12th house, escape, deny, avoid. It's like, just let's pretend or something. I want to go back to, source, baby. And it's just like, no, 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 no. And especially in Cancer, you're here to be a mother, you're here to be a father, you're here to be a nurse, you're here to be somebody that, cares for those, be a vet and even cares for the animals, or cleans up the rivers, we've got, insects dying by the hordes. Okay, the whole forests are dying. I mean, think of, whether you can heal just about anything these days. Everything is wounded and messed up, man. You can be a car mechanic. Nurture that car. Put in some, nice upholstery for those people. Whatever, Oh gosh. Yeah, you gotta go. Go for the North Node. Go for where Cancer is in your chart right now. That's where the Pluto polarity point is until 2024. Okay, we got like 5 more years, okay, of this Pluto in Capricorn. So, but like right now, like I say, this is really a big bulk of it because the moon's nodes get very personal. And, even Jupiter coming around, okay, next year may not even be, I don't want to, I'm not going to say, but, Jupiter makes everything big. So when Jupiter comes around to Saturn and Pluto, it can be big, even bigger challenges than we're facing now, okay? But this moon's node moving through there, okay, is really, how can I say, it's big. Like this is the big time. This is the big stuff. We are now going through the eye of the needle. And the other thing to remember about this time is to know that it's passing. Thank God. These are transits, man. We don't want to get too freaking carried away. Yeah. Ow. Linda Johnson and all. I'm going to change the title to Saturn, South Node, Pluto through the houses. Yeah. I think it is more accurate. What's more? Anyway, I'm done, right? I mean, are you guys got questions? Do you want to keep going with all of this? Is there anybody there? All right. We still have participants. Very good. So I hope that you got something out of this today, and I wish you the very best through these next 6 months. I think the biggest challenge, like I began a little bit, is keep the heart open. You know, Saturn and Pluto and the South Node and Capricorn can just make us want to shut down, get angry, close off, blame, and the North Node is saying no. Keep the heart open. Keep emotional connection. You know, just realize we're all humans struggling. That's probably like the bottom line of what it would be good to go away with from all of this. And I want to thank you so much. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.